to Ephemera Files with Tommy, and we are continuing to work on our July journal from a Simple Kit challenge with Dear Julie Julie, and we are ready to move on to finishing the outside of the cover. So here is the journal with all of the signatures fastened in. I know that there's a lot of space around here. We're going to do something with that. But there is signature 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 2 of the signatures 2 and 4, have the ties on the inside, and signatures 1, 3, and 5 are tying on the outside. Now I want to cover up. I still have exposed tape and it's still sticky, but it's not sticky enough to put anything on it, but I don't like that look. I want to reinforce those corners there. So these are our ties that I'm going to leave on here because I have a plan for that, but I am going to knot that up just so it's out of the way. So let's get to covering those edges and finishing these edges. I don't think we'll do our front collage yet. We will probably wait until the end for that, just because it'll be easier to work on, I think, when the book is full. We'll find out. So I have pulled some more of my muslin out of my basket for my kit. There's another piece of it. I pulled some of the tea-dyed lace and some of this, I can't figure out what color that is. I think it would be burnt sienna, but I'm not sure. But I have semi-figured out what I want to do right here. I do know that I want to strengthen this open area right here. That piece of muslin was too small. I'll put it back into the basket. I keep saying bag because I know that it will be useful elsewhere. So I am going to tear this down. I don't need it to be really wide because I don't want to cover up much of this, and I don't want to go over to the signature ties. So I think first what I need to do is straighten an edge. So let's just start. I want probably that much. Well, no, because I'm straightening an edge, so let's see. No, that's a torn edge. I don't have to straighten an edge at all. So let's see, right about there. We'll just tear that. Yes, that's straight. That edge was already straight because look how nicely that tore. I don't know, maybe that is enough to actually, that is enough to do both sides. Makes me so happy. So now this little tear is probably going to be more difficult just because there's not that much to grasp. But if I hold my mouth just right, I might be able to do it. Then again, I might not. I might just have to get my scissors and then fray the edges a little bit afterwards. And, well, that was easy enough. There we go. There's that. We'll do this one so I don't forget it. And I am just going to leave these edges off the end like that. I think I like that look. Going for a little bit of rustic along with this little bit of elegant. I think that would be a nice mix. So we have these two pieces. So let's go ahead and get them glued on. This is going to be covered up, so I'm not going to worry much about bubbles. I am going to try to keep my head out of the frame I have relocated my camera, or not relocated, but readjusted it so that it is a little closer to the desk. And hopefully that means that I can work without getting my head in the way, and you can see what I'm doing without my head in the way. And like I said, that's going to be covered up. At least I think I said it. That's going to be covered up. I need to put a little more glue on this edge because it didn't quite catch. I think I may have just missed gluing that side. And so we'll unroll this because it's wanting to roll up on itself now, of course. Does anybody else ever talk to their project while they're working on it? Or is it just me? I'm pretty sure it's not just me. And I mean talking to the project because of course I'm talking to you. But sometimes the project just needs a little push to behave. Now this one has this edge that wants to rumple on the bottom. Not rumple. Yeah, that works. That word works. So let's do this. I think if it's going to rumple, I want it to rumple on the top. Just pat that into the glue once again. And there we go. Now, let's see if I can remember how I was going to do this. I do believe that my plan my plan, we'll see if the plan works out. My plan is to not make a knot just yet because I'm not ready for that. There we go. All right. I'm going to glue this on just to the side, right there, of that. And I'm going to feed these through the hole that is nearest. So my head may get in the shot. It'll be that hole right there. And I'm going to go ahead and do this before I glue it down, so that I don't have to worry about fighting with the glue. And the same on this one. We're going to go right here. And this one will feed right through this hole. And then after we glue, it will look like that. After all the work that I did to get that done behind there, but it will show. The paper behind will show a little. It won't just look like a stark background. So I'm going to lift this up and lift this up. And this is going to take quite a bit of glue. So just be ready to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. And then I'll get my card out because I don't want it to squeeze out through the holes in the trim here. So my card is right here. And I'm just going to spread that out just so I don't have globs anywhere or big ridges anywhere. I do know that I have a lot of glue on there because I want it to hold very firmly. And so I'm just going to lay this down right along there, making sure that my strings are still coming out. And do the same with this one, making sure that my strings are still coming out. And I'm just going to gently pat. I think that I still have some globbing going on. Oh well, it happens. Right. Rub to get the excess glue off my fingers from patting. And I'm going to flip the book, pull my strings out of the way here, and repeat what I just did, hopefully without globbing this time, I hope. Well, it doesn't help when it starts out with a glob. So we'll just have to see what we can do about spreading that glob out. And I want it to be a little loose on the sides. I don't want to have this edge all the way down. Glued down, I like for it to have a little life to it. So again, we're going to go right along that center signature tie to get our line. And then we'll just snug that up next to it, making sure that our strings are still out like they should be. And rub, rub, rub the glue away. Now, I am not ready for this part yet, so I will, once again, bundle it. To keep it tidy. All right, this is our front, this is our back. Now, I'm going to use this lace, and I think, you know, I am undecided. I am not sure whether to put it on the inside, like that, and let it show, or just put it on the outside, like that. I am leaning toward the inside, though. I think that that's what we'll do. So we're going to pause for a moment, let this glue dry so that I don't inadvertently glue my strings down to the back of the journal. I'll be gone for a few minutes waiting for this, but for you it'll be just like that. And we're back. It is dried. I actually had to answer my front door, so that was very good timing on that. So here we go. We are going to add this to the cover on the inside. So I need to tuck these strings in. So that they don't get mixed up in all of the gluing and stuff. And I am going to use a clip to hold these up and out of the way. Now, I hope that you can still see what it is that we're doing around here. I'm simply going to take this lace And I am going to just glue it all around the edges of the cover. And I will speed this part up so that you don't just have to watch me glue, and then we will get right back to it. All right, so we have finished the cover. We have the, whoops, sometimes you have to keep pressing it down into the glue, especially if it has any texture at all when you are gluing lace. So that right now completes the cover. We have the signatures sewn in. The next thing that we will do is go through and decorate the pages, making pockets, filling other pockets that are already on here, making journaling cards, doing some napkin appliques, some fabric flips, and all that other fun stuff that goes along with this making of a junk journal. After all, that is what makes it a junk journal, I think anyway. So, in the next video, we will continue on with our journal and in this adventure of making a junk journal from a simple kit with Dear Julie Julie. Thank you for joining me, and remember, be kind, always.